About 3 days ago, I had a talk with my mom, and this was the same day I shaved my head, and it's kind of what caused this whole thing, because my mom did not like me shaving my head. She got quite pissed off, to be honest, but I think it was honestly for the best. I got to speak with my mom for a very long time, and we got to say a lot of things that normally we wouldn't have said to each other. And one thing that I really realized during this talk was I should appreciate my mom a little bit more than I do. Because recently, for these past few months, honestly, I've been kind of shut in my room for most of the day, working on YouTube, recording, scripting, whatever. Or I'd either be out with friends. Even during the times where I would talk to her, it would be just like I would be kind of just sitting there, either drinking water, eating, and there would be no real conversation going on, just small little tidbits that my mom would try and do to make conversation, but I never really took those opportunities to talk to her more. Now I realize that those opportunities I shouldn't let go as easily as I do. Just think about how much your parents have done for you in your entirety of life, right? We take a lot of the things that we get from our parents for granted. And we really shouldn't, because a lot of the things that we have are very luxurious, right? I'm just looking around my room and there's so many things that I could say that other kids didn't have, and I'm very lucky to have. I have a lot of books to read that, I didn't always appreciate, but now I do. They gave me entertainment, some of them teach me some few things, and I have devices to do all these things, to record this video, to write scripts, to edit. There's so many things that my mom has given me, that my mom has essentially given me the opportunity to do, and I'm very grateful to her for this. And you should be too. The one thing I want you guys to do after this video is just to tell your parents that you love them, okay? Just go up to your mom or dad, whatever, and say, I love you, okay? It's gonna be a little awkward and it's gonna feel a little weird, and I get that, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say I love you to my mom, but I'm gonna try my best to at least show a little bit of affection and gratitude to her after this video. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a little bit of hypocrite, but really, appreciate your parents for how much they've done for you, because you're going to what I feel is going to happen with a lot of people in Gen Z is this, okay? They take 99% of the things that their mom or dad has given to them for granted. And they say, oh, you're such a shitty parent, and you're always nagging me, you're so annoying, when they're still young and when their parents are still alive. But what happens when their parents are on the deathbed is they're filled with regret. They're filled with a feeling that they could have done more. They could have talked to their parents more. They could have done so much more to deepen that connection, to make the most out of the time they had with the person that gave them life. And I don't want that, nor I don't think any of you watching this video want that either. So, really, appreciate your mom or your dad. Appreciate the people that have done so much for you, because they're not always going to be here. There's going to be a time where they're going to be away. There's going to be a time where my mom isn't going to be able to take care of me. There's going to be a time where I'm sad that my mom has passed away. There's going to be a time where my mom is no longer on this earth. And thinking about that makes me damn sad. But what's going to be even more sad is if you make your mom filled with regret on her deathbed. I want my mom to live a life with zero regrets and live a life with satisfaction. She can look back at all the things that she's had in her life and just smile. Everybody wants that on their death. They want a very happy death that they're satisfied with. And when it's for someone like my mom, someone as poor as your parents, you're going to want the best for them, and they want the best for you. So you might not see eye to eye with your parents. Neither do I. My mom wants me to go down the traditional path of, oh, get a job, go to uni, all those things. And I feel there's some value in that, I think she wants me to learn some things. And knowledge is a very key part of anything, You're gonna need a little bit of knowledge to do anything. But I don't want to go down the traditional path of just go to uni and get a job, I want to make something out of this YouTube channel and start a business and make a shit ton of money so that my mom, my family, everybody, they do not have financial stress. If need, I can support them. That's the life I want for me and my family. And I feel almost that I'm too selfish going for a goal that my mom doesn't respect. But at times, that's just gonna happen. You're gonna have to go through these things and work it through with your parents. But through those challenges that you and your parents have to talk to, I feel is going to only deepen your connection. And that's what happened during this talk, right? There's a lot of things I talked about my mom with. One thing being like my future, what I should be doing in life, what I should be doing going forward. And she always talked about, oh, you need to study, you need to go to school. And sometimes it pissed me the fuck off, I don't think school is the number one biggest priority in all of life. Because what happens after school? What happens after that? But sometimes you need to just listen to your mom and shut the fuck up, Let her speak at the very least. That's the least we could do for someone that has done all of this. Someone that's given me a house to live under, good food to eat, cooked for me, cleaned my dirty ass clothes, and takes care of me so well. Show a little appreciation no matter how differently you see with your mom. Because yes, sometimes they are going to piss you off. Sometimes you are not going to like what they say. Sometimes they are going to be annoying. That's inevitable. Parents are kind of old-fashioned, to be honest, and that's my view. But no matter how much they make you angry, you have to live with that because your parents have done so much for you. It's the least you could do. And regardless, after you have time to pursue what you want, and even now, although my mom has told me to do this and do that, I'm not necessarily going to listen to that. Although she can say these things and at least get it out of her system, she can at least know that she tried and didn't think that she was a bad mom, at the very least, right? She at least made an effort to change my way of thinking to her way of thinking, but I'm not going to do that because I have my own views, At least respect your parents a little and give them some appreciation. Give them some... Let them have their way sometimes, Be a little selfless and let them have their way. No matter how badly you want this, no matter how badly I want this YouTube channel, sometimes I am going to have to prioritize school over this. Sometimes I am going to have to prioritize the things that my mom says over things like this. But I don't have to do that 100% of the times. And you can definitely find a good balance between listening to your mom and doing what you want, And I feel that's how you create a healthy relationship with your parents. You don't have to listen to everything that they say, but regardless, they're going to, at the end of the day, I feel that if you have decent parents, they're going to support you in your endeavors. They're going to support what you want to do at the end of the day, no matter how hard they try to change you. Because if they can't change you, the only thing they can do is support you. So, this kind of segued into a different thing than I anticipated, but regardless, just be grateful for your parents, okay? Let them have their way sometimes. Let them be happy. And just make them feel like a good person. They're humans too, They feel things. They're just like us. So treat them like another person. Much rather just like... It's almost funny how we treat our parents. Because we treat them as if they're... I don't want to say slave, but like... That's the best way I can describe it, right? We always tell them to do things for us. We always tell them that we want this, we want that, we want to do this, we want to do that. But they're also people. They are not things like items that give us whatever the fuck we want. They are people. They have emotions. So treat them like that. Okay? That's gonna be about it for this video. Very raw and unedited video, but regardless, that's how I want this, you know. This is a very important thing that I want people to do, because having an important relationship with your parents, or having a good relationship with your parents, is very important, you know. To see your parents die without having any connection with them is a very sad thing in my eyes. And you may not see that, but that's how, I just want to leave that impact with a lot of people, because Gen Z of all generations is going to have the biggest issues. We're very spoiled, to be honest. And so that's kind of like my main point of this video. But besides that, that's going to be about it. So tell me if you like this sort of video, if you would like to see some more like unfiltered, uncut, just me talking sort of videos. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for this video. So as always, keep doing the shit that needs to be done. Tell your parents you love them. But besides that, just give me a kiss. Mwah.